I like South Park.
Yeah.
I like
South Park
things.
is the
South Park rules.
They fucking rule.
Did you see what they just did?
What'd they do?
They went at Harry. They went at Harry and Meghan.
She's suing
And they're
them.
trying to sue him. It's like, don't
What are you?
fucking
You're suing South Park?
kick that hornet's nest. Do not.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're just gonna
Really?
empower them to go harder.
Pretty brilliant episode.
Not suing, just mad. Not
Just
suing.
mad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but they made an official statement that we are angry.
Yeah, it just says, yeah.
Which was
we're not
exactly
suing. It's all nonsense. But
What the
she's
episode
very mad.
was.
Oh, okay.
It's exactly what they were making fun of him for.
She'll
Yeah,
sit
they
there and
nailed
watch
it.
and she's mad. But
Well, you know what's going on. Someone wanted a lot of attention, and now they got it.
Let's take a quick look at the South Park destruction of Meghan and Harry, just because it's so fun.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
Now, there are rumours they might be suing because they sue everybody over everything normally, especially if it's true.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s. That's the big distraction.
That's the big distraction right there.
There's a war room apparently in England where they're trying to figure out what to do.
Oh, really?
I heard they. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yes. There's a war room.
I think I
The
tuned out.
Royals.
The
The
Royal War
Royals
Room.
have got. They're about to go to war.
Ah. Well, the wanker is, he's put out this book, Spare, or whatever it's called. Yeah, I guess everybody falls down one side or the other. Do you support Harry and Meghan? Do you not?
Here it is. The Royals set up a war room to discuss Prince Harry's memoir.
Some Taliban commander is now trolling Harry over his talk about the Afghans that he killed. And I got to look it up, but
What has he said about the Afghans he killed? This is why he was a pilot?
yeah, this is while he was over there on duty. I don't know to what degree. I again, full disclosure, haven't read the book.
Taliban leader responds to Prince Harry's reported claim in Spare that he killed 25 fighters in Afghanistan.
I mean, who does that? Who talks? I mean, again,
Very strange.
it's very strange.
But it's also very strange that he was, essentially infiltrated by a very ambitious actress. She used to be on
Was
Deal or
he
No
infiltrated?
Deal. She was one of the
Is
Deal
that
or No Deal
technically
ladies.
the way it works? Is he
I think
infiltrated
so.
or was she infiltrated?
Well, it depends on who's
yeah.
getting pegged.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
How's
right?
that work?
Well, I'm a little upset with Prince Harry, but other than that, it's working out really well.
Are you mad that he left the throne or whatever the fuck he did?
No, I mean,
Doesn't it make sense?
well, it probably makes sense because I don't know that he's the sharpest tool in the box, and he's probably thinking we can make a lot more money if. But they're not supposed to make any money off of being a member of the royal family.
And it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren. She's
Ooh,
lured him
she's
into
a
the rocks.
I haven't heard that term in a
Yes.
long time. She's a harlot. Almost.
She's well, harlot's bad, right? She's just powerful. She's
Actually, that's a good point. Harlot and temptress.
yeah, I think harlots are.
For those of you who are listening, that was the cartoon Meghan and Harry holding their placards, their protesting signs saying, "We want privacy, we want privacy." Okay. So and then we've got the twerking video. So we're gonna take a look at this together.
Back to back.
Back to back.
I mean, if they're looking at that and think this is clever,
Yeah.
I mean, are they stupid or what?
Well, I think
Because
they
just
are.
think because it just looks like it's in such poor taste, and yet she thinks that she's a princess and has the right almost to be HRH, although officially
Meghan Markle in allegedly a labor and delivery room with her loser of a husband, pregnant and twerking to allegedly induce labor. I saw this and I sent an emergency 911 text to Kinsey.
They thought a courtroom could muzzle a cartoon, but Joe Rogan just blew the gag wide open. The second Meghan and Harry filed those papers, the comedy world roared, and Joe's mic lit up like a warning flare. He didn't bother warming up. He swung straight for the jaw, shredding every excuse the runaway royals tried to hide behind. One by one, he peeled away the fragile layers of their lawsuit until nothing was left but raw ambition and bruised ego. Meghan watched South Park torch her public image, and the only answer she could dream up was a legal hammer. She ignored the Streisand effect. She ignored decades of US free speech rulings. She forgot that satire lives in a fortress no lawyer can breach. And when Prince Harry co-signed the move, he confirmed exactly what the world suspected. The pair crave applause, not privacy. They abandoned duty for dollars, branded themselves victims, and now demand silence from anyone who laughs. Joe's breakdown started with the timeline. Day 1, South Park airs the Worldwide Privacy Tour, a savage 22-minute parade that mirrors Meghan's voice, Harry's pout, and their never-ending quest for magazine covers. Day 2, royal reps flood inboxes with threats, whispering about legal options. Day 3, attorneys draft a complaint accusing Trey Parker and Matt Stone of false light, emotional distress, and intellectual property misuse. Day 4, social media detonates, memes multiply, late-night hosts pile on, and search engines choke on a wave of fresh viewers hunting the episode. Instead of locking the joke away, Meghan and Harry turned it into the week's hottest headline. Joe called it the cleanest self-own he'd seen in years. They tried to stomp a spark, but poured gasoline instead. Every time they shout, "We want privacy," a dozen new cameras swivel toward them. Every time they cry, "Respect our boundaries," they sprint to another interview. And nothing proves that hypocrisy clearer than suing a show famous for mocking everyone from politicians to pop stars. The filing itself reads like a royal pity party. It claims the cartoon duo inflicted severe reputational harm, yet offers no damage greater than bruised feelings. It insists the caricatures were obviously them, ignoring how US courts defend exaggerated parody as vital speech. It whines about lost opportunities while forgetting their Netflix and Spotify deals already fizzled under the weight of broken promises. Lawyers padded the document with lofty language, but the skeleton remains. Two rich public figures are angry that comedians won't bend the knee. Joe zoomed in on the money trail. A London PR firm quietly bills Meghan 6 figures per quarter to polish her image. A California crisis management squad collects even more to scrub bad press. Add a high-powered US defamation team, and suddenly their privacy crusade costs millions. That's not self-care, that's brand maintenance. No wonder Meghan and Harry chase headlines. They have to feed the machine. Legal warfare isn't about justice, it's about clout, clicks, and cash. Then came the public backlash. Polling showed trust in the couple tumbling to record lows. Comment sections filled with laughter, not sympathy. Even diehard monarch critics asked why a pair who fled the palace for freedom now weaponized the very legal strictures they once condemned. Joe argued this rupture exposes their core contradiction. They despise old world protocol when it ties them to service, yet embrace it when it shields them from jokes. Next, Joe drilled into the emotional playbook. Meghan's pattern is painfully clear: tears on cue, trembling voice, grand tales of struggle. But body language experts froze the footage and dissected every blink. Dry ducts, controlled breathing, micro smiles sneaking through the mask. Joe didn't need fancy software, he trusted common sense. Authentic sorrow leaves messy traces. Meghan's grief stays airbrushed, symmetrical, ready for the highlight reel. When critics point this out, she brands them bullies and spins fresh sob stories. Harry, meanwhile, launches into moral lectures about mental health, then lawsuits a cartoon while children's hospitals beg for funds. He professes love for veterans, yet drags former comrades into publicity stunts. Joe reminded listeners that leadership means resilience, not litigation. Real heroes take a punchline on the chin. They don't cry defamation because cardboard cutouts look familiar. But the lawsuit's fatal flaw isn't tone-deaf theatrics, it's the law itself. Satire carries near-impervious protection. From Hustler v. Falwell to countless rejected celebrity suits, precedent screams public figures cannot gag parody, especially when the parody lampoons public conduct. Meghan and Harry chose the spotlight. The Constitution answers with open season. South Park's writers practically framed the episode inside First Amendment borders. Jokes land, feelings bruise, and life moves on. Courts know it, producers know it, only Meghan's camp pretends otherwise. Joe predicted the outcome in 3 short steps. Judge tosses the case, tabloids relish the defeat, and the duo's credibility sinks deeper. He warned that every filing will become discoverable, dragging private emails, strategy decks, and brand studies into daylight. The world could see just how carefully they choreograph spontaneous philanthropy, how obsessively they monitor social buzz, how ruthlessly they monetize tragedy. In chasing silence, they might broadcast their own blueprint. He also highlighted the chilling message to other comedians: criticize us and face court costs. If Meghan and Harry succeed even briefly, copycat suits will follow. Satire would suffocate, late-night hosts would tiptoe, political cartoons would dull. Joe refused to let that slide. Free speech thrives on fearless mockery. Royals once stomped that freedom with swords. Today, Meghan tries it with cease and desist letters. Different weapon, same intent. The irony grew thicker. While Meghan's lawyers type motions about severe distress, she launched new lifestyle products under a rebranded label suspiciously similar to a Spanish coat of arms. She preaches social justice while pricing jam jars at luxury rates. She laments press intrusion yet tips paparazzi to capture staged charity visits. Every contradiction adds fresh fodder for comics, commentators, and Joe's podcast empire. The fallout hit fast. Retail partners hesitated. Sponsors reviewed clauses about public controversy. Hollywood producers grumbled that her legal crusade alienates audiences they aim to charm. Even sympathetic journalists shifted tone, wary of defending censorship. Joe said Meghan's strategy burned the bridge she needed most: cultural goodwill. Without it, streaming execs see risk, not sparkle. Prince Harry's position looks worse. He once mocked the British media's daily pursuit, yet now replicates that obsession in America's courts. He condemned palace hierarchy, but demands royal-grade protection wherever he goes. He blasted tabloids for distorting facts, but endorses a lawsuit built on subjective hurt. Joe noted the tragic arc. The daring soldier who once laughed off war zone pranks now melts down over cartoon drawings.